Today, I'm making beef jerky, but this beef jerky's a little bit different because this is lower sodium beef jerky. Now, traditional beef jerky has quite a bit of sodium in it. You're mixing marinades like soy sauce, Worcestershire, seasonings, full-on salt. There are a lot of people who can't have as much sodium as other people, but you can still have beef jerky and make it with a much lower sodium content. In fact, this 4-pound batch of beef jerky that I'm making today, that's 2 whole top round steaks, is going to have a total of right around 1,000 milligrams of sodium for the entire thing. That's it. Now, I have those 2 top rounds in the freezer right now. They're firming up. I like to leave them in there about 20 to 30 minutes. That makes them easier to slice into those thin slices you like for beef jerky. So while those are in the freezer, let's get the marinade ready. So our first ingredient is 8 ounces of pineapple juice. That right there for those 8 ounces has 20 milligrams of sodium. That's it. Our next ingredient is really the big daddy of sodium for this, but this is a low sodium soy sauce. It has 490 milligrams of sodium per tablespoon, and we're using 2 tablespoons. So that right there, other than some naturally occurring sodium in the meat, is it. That's the entire sodium content, about 1,000 milligrams. Next, I'm adding half a teaspoon of liquid smoke. If you don't like liquid smoke, go ahead, don't use it. I like a little bit of smoky flavor in this beef jerky because this beef jerky is going to taste good. Just because it's lower sodium doesn't mean it's going to taste not good. It's going to be really good. And just that half a teaspoon of liquid smoke, and I'm using a hickory smoke today, is going to give a great flavor just like you would have done it out on the smoker. Next, I'm adding half a teaspoon of granulated garlic. And our final ingredient are 2 teaspoons of cracked black pepper. We're just going to mix this up. Great scent coming off this already. Yeah, some of that hickory, but also the pineapple. It's smelling really good. So that's our marinade. I'm going to set this aside until our top round is ready to be sliced. All right, I have one of my pieces of top round out here from the freezer. As I said, they're each about 2 pounds. After I cut this one up, I'll get the other one out and cut that up too. And I already trimmed these of any excess fat around the edges. You want to try and get them as lean as possible if you're making beef jerky. That helps to keep it from spoiling. Now, I don't make this for preservation. I keep it in the refrigerator. I don't add any preservatives or any pink salt or anything like that. And I take it to a little bit of a less dry state than a lot of people like because I like a little bit of that chew to it. So if you're planning to make this for preservation, you're going to need to do some additional steps, and you want to look up how to do that because, as I said, this is going to be gone in a couple days. My beef jerky never lasts. So I'm either going to have to decide to cut it with the grain this way or across the grain. With the grain gives you more of that beef jerky sort of tug as you pull at it and bite it. Across the grain's a little bit more tender, and today I'm going to go across the grain. So it's just firmed up enough here to help in the slicing. We got this end piece here, which is kind of thick. We'll just leave that. It'll just take a little longer to dry. And I'm going for anywhere between 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 inch thick here. And you can see inside that deep purple color of the beef, that is what freshly butchered beef looks like. Just keep making our slices here. And if you're thinking that my knife isn't sharp, it is sharp. You're just having to push down and get some pressure to get through that initial sort of frozen outside, that part that is just starting to freeze. All right, I'm going to finish slicing this up and the other top round we have, and then we're going to get it in the marinade. All right, so here are our sliced up pieces of top round. If I didn't mention it before, top round is also referred to as London broil in stores a lot of the times. You'll see it listed as that. You can use eye of round. You can really use just about anything. In fact, I'll put a link to the playlist of the jerky videos that I've made, which is beef jerky, chicken jerky, bacon jerky. I'll put that link right up here and in the description below, so you can check out some of the other videos if you want. But really, you can use just about anything. It's just going to matter how long it lasts because of the fat content. There's other ways to make things which will make it last longer, but as I said, this is not for preservation. This is going to be gone in a couple days once we're done making it. So let's go ahead and get our marinade on here. Just going to pour it in. Get all that cracked black pepper in here. I'm just going to get down in here and start getting everybody in the pool. Everybody mixed up. Now, if you wanted to, you could add more spices to this. You could put red pepper flakes, anything you want to sort of make it hotter or less hot. Really, at this point, you can make the marinade your own. It's really just about controlling the sodium in it if you're shooting for a lower sodium beef jerky. This is ready. I'm gonna go ahead and get it into some Ziploc bags. It's gonna go in the refrigerator overnight. And tomorrow, we're going to finish this beef jerky in the oven. And that's one of the easiest ways you can do it. So I'll see you tomorrow. All right, our beef jerky has been marinating overnight. It's time to get it on some racks and get it in the oven. So what I have here is just a baking cooling rack inside a rimmed baking sheet. And I'm just gonna start placing the strips of top round all across here. Try to leave a little space, but there is going to be shrinkage as these pieces dry, so they won't end up touching each other as the time goes along. And if you have to cram them in a bit, go ahead and cram them in a bit. If you don't have this sort of baking cooling rack like this mesh type, you can do it straight on a pan, but you're probably gonna have to turn it over kind of halfway through the process. It is best to use a mesh rack sort of this unless you're hanging the pieces, which you can also do. This just allows the air to circulate completely around the beef. Go ahead and cram just another couple pieces in here by making everybody get a little more friendly. Now I'm going to be using several racks like this today because we have quite a bit of beef jerky. So on this one, I'm actually going to add a little more seasoning. I'm going to add some red pepper flakes to this side of this jerky. So I'm just going to shake some of these nice pepper flakes on here. Just kick up the heat a little bit on this batch. Doesn't have to be a lot. Or it can be a lot. Now, if you are adding another seasoning like this and you want to keep this lower sodium, make sure you use a seasoning like these red pepper flakes that don't have any salt added. You do have to look at the label sometimes because you can get a chili powder seasoning that has salt added, so always check that. Yeah, this is going to be the hot batch. After the red pepper flakes are on there, I just like to go along, press them in just a little bit. Just make sure there's good contact with the moisture. And if you put the pieces of meat on here and they seem too wet, go ahead and take a paper towel before you add any extra seasoning and just pat off the extra moisture. If you do that, it'll aid in the drying process. These right here don't have too much excess moisture, so I'm okay with that. Don't need to do any extra drying today. All right, I'm gonna get the other racks filled up and then we're gonna get these in the oven. All right, our oven is preheated to 170 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and get my racks in here. Everything's looking good. We're gonna check these in about 3 hours. All right, we've been going about 3 hours with this jerky. Let's give it a look. Let's pull out the rack here. Just starting to get that jerky look here. But you can see right here, there's still a lot of flecks in that. And I like mine to have some flecks, but not that much. So after 3 hours, it's not gonna be done. We just wanna check it at this stage and see how it's doing. Now at this stage, if you didn't have a rack, you could take it and turn it over. Let me show you what the other side looks like. It still looks very meaty like that sort of gray color when it cooks. So I think these have probably another 2 to 3 hours to go. So we're gonna close the oven up and just let them keep going. All right, we've been going a total of 5 hours. Let's check this jerky. Really starting to get that jerky look to it now. Let's see. Yeah, look, getting good. Still got flecks, we got more time to go. But what I do want to do right now is I decided I do want to turn these over. So I'm just going to go along here, take each piece, flip it over. And I'll do that on each of the racks. I'm gonna let this go for another 2 hours and we'll check that. I think at that time we're gonna be pretty close to done. See you in a couple hours. All right, here is our lower sodium beef jerky. 7 hours of drying time in the oven at 170 degrees Fahrenheit. And this is done exactly the way that I like it. Still a little bit of a bite to it. It's not 100% dried out. And as I mentioned before, I don't dry this for preservation. This will be gone in a couple days. I put it in a bag and it goes in the refrigerator and it just disappears. I don't know how it happens, it just disappears. On one side here, we have the jerky with the red pepper flakes on it. And on the other side, we have the plain jerky that just has the marinade only. And you know what? They both look good, so it's time to taste. And I'm doing it right here. Let's go. I'm gonna go for a piece of the regular first. Now in this, what you get is a kind of a hint of a teriyaki. And that's that mixture of the soy and the pineapple. Now you could definitely go heavier on seasonings if you wanted, especially ones that don't add any more sodium to it, if you want to keep it in the lower sodium range. Or if you don't need to keep it quite as low, you could put some more soy sauce in there. But I gotta tell you, this is pretty good. And now, the one that we kicked up a notch with some heat. Let's try it. That's really nice. Nice little kick there. I kind of went a little heavy on the red pepper flakes because I wanted to kick up this one little batch. You could go heavier if you want. Not heavy at all. In fact, if you wanted to, you could actually go a little sweeter. You could put something like brown sugar on it. You could put that on there with some honey, and really giving flavor to beef jerky without adding more sodium is pretty easy. You just have to pick and choose what you're gonna put on it or what you're gonna put in the marinade. So if you or someone you know loves beef jerky, but you just can't have as much sodium as you might like, you can make it with a lower sodium variation. And you're not really giving anything up because you can pump the flavor into it with a great marinade and some red pepper flakes or anything else you want on the outside. That's good jerky.